Lambert to London. Cloudy and 67, Corey. I think I'd take our weather over that.
Man, Steve, you do it all. You give the forecast here, you give the forecast out in London. Very nicely done. Yes, that is the big news out of Lambert Airport today. Direct, nonstop service to London through British Airways. Just a big deal for St. Louis in our region. And to talk more about that is Executive Director here at the airport, Rhonda Hamm-Niebruegge. Rhonda, thanks for being here. As I just said, it's a big day. For the first time in more than 20 years, there's going to be this nonstop service to London. Talk about how we got to this point in this big announcement today.
Right. You know, we've been working with a number of airlines for a long time. And probably 3-4 months ago, British Airways, the ownership, IAG actually, which owns a number of airlines, 3 in Europe, had said, you know, I think we really have some interest now in St. Louis for 2026. And so started working on proving our case, right? What do we know that they don't know? We can all look at the data. We can all look at the numbers from what was our numbers last year, the year prior, pre-COVID, but trying to tell that story of what's happening with Cortex and what's happening with NGA and what's happening with the Danforth Plant and Science and anything else that's going on in St. Louis, coming up with the FIFA Cup, coming up with, you know, the Route 66, putting that story all together in data that they don't have, right? And then trying to bring a business partner in with us that can seal the deal, because it's important to know that the business community is behind this. So the St. Louis Port Authority came to us, you know, a few months ago and said, we'd like to work with you on another flight if you're working on that. So that's how all of that kind of came together. And then just a lot of back and forth. You know, one day we thought it was happening, the next day we didn't, and the next day it wasn't. Sure. So a lot of things go into it.
April 19th is the day that service begins here at Lambert. What is the prep work going on starting now to get ready for travelers?
So we've had the operational team in a couple of times. So we're over the next few weeks, we'll be making those determinations as to where they're going to depart from. Is it going to be Terminal 1? Is it going to be Terminal 2? If it's Terminal 1, what gate? You know, they obviously have to arrive in Terminal 2 because that's our international arrival area. But there's options. They can tow the aircraft over. They can check in here. So we'll be working through all of that over the next few weeks. Also just making sure, you know, what's the best option for the customers to have access. They do have a partnership with American Airlines, so we have an Admirals Club in Terminal 1 that's important to them as well. So, you know, we'll see what the operation team ultimately decides, and then we'll share that with the public as it comes about.
We'll be paying attention to those details. Rhonda, thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on landing this big deal here in St. Louis. All right, so that's the latest here at Lambert. Morgan, we're going to send it back to you.
All right, Corey, I can tell you I haven't stopped listening to American Voice since David broke the news yesterday. Exciting news. All right, thank you. Well,